Today we have an old school sweet and sour sauce.
Most takeaway don't make it like this anymore.
Exactly, they're using ketchup as the aromatic base, whereas this is like the recipe you would have got in the 80s, 90s, and possibly into the early 2000s. So if you miss that real punchy flavour of a sweet and sour sauce, this is for you. Also, side note, this is the first recipe we ever did, and that's nearly a decade ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're revisiting this one, okay?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chin, and this is my mum Chu, and if you like this kind of content, make sure to do what, mum?
Subscribe.
Yeah, like and comment, because it helps us know what videos to make when you say what you want to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyway, we'll get on with the recipe. So we're gonna go through all the ingredients together with you in one go today, which we don't normally do, but we just thought it would help for this one, because there's quite a lot.
Yeah, you can see that.
First off, we've got cloves,
Garlic.
crushed, star anise, you want whole star anise, cassia bark. If you can't get cassia bark, you can use cinnamon, but it's a little bit different. Cassia bark is less punchy than cinnamon, so you want to use less cinnamon. Salt for seasoning as you make it into sauce. MSG for exactly the same reason. Fresh ginger.
Orange squash.
Or orange squash. In the States, you might call this cordial, but essentially it's a syrup that you add to water to make a drink. It's like a syrupy Kool-Aid instead of like a powder. Tomato puree. Distilled white vinegar. Oranges.
Sugar. Water.
Last but not least, red food colouring. And before someone asks, it's to make it red. It's food colouring. You want the powdered stuff, not the stuff you get like for cakes that's liquid. It doesn't make things red. This stuff does. Side note though, we do sell all of this stuff on our web store. So if you'd like to support the channel for all the free content, by all means, please visit there, jangs.com, or click the link below. So we're just gonna blend the ginger, and we've sliced it up slightly to make it blend easier, and we're just gonna save a couple of slices. And we're gonna hold them to the side, but we're gonna blend these into a blender. Then we'll add just enough water to cover it a little bit. So that's about just under 100 ml of water, I'd say. If that, probably more like 50. And then just blend it. It doesn't matter if it's not particularly fine. So for this bit, we're just going to need some veg oil. And then we're just going to turn this up to a...
Medium heat?
Yeah, I'd say medium-low heat.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in our aromatics. So in goes our star anise.
Clove. Cassia bark.
We're just going to infuse that oil off for a couple minutes. You want to make sure the oil doesn't get too hot so those aromatics don't burn, but you want to make sure those essential oils and everything come out into this oil here. This really helps draw those flavors out.
You can slightly smell the aroma now.
Yeah. And you never want it to be more fizzy than that. Any more like power, you're going to be burning all of those lovely flavors off. Being gentle here with the flavors is key. This is another reason why nowadays most places use the ketchup, because you don't have to. You whack it all in a bowl, bring it to the boil and cook it for 2 or 3 minutes and you've got sweet and sour sauce. Don't blame them, it's still tasty. I really enjoy that sauce myself. It's just not the same, it's different. And some people prefer that, which is absolutely fine, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, some people prefer that kind of sweet and sour sauce, especially if that's what you grew up with. There's nothing wrong with that at all. This is just, we think, has a lot more depth. And in fact, a lot of people who have made this recipe say it's much nicer than they can get nowadays, even though they know the sweet and sour sauce of today rather than the old school one. So
You try it both ways, see which one you prefer.
exactly. And then let us know.
Yeah.
So these have been cooking off now for about 2 or 3 minutes. You can really start to smell the aroma, and when you start to smell the aroma, that's when we're going to put some ginger in, and our garlic. You want to really make sure that we're just browning this and not burning this. So I've turned it down to a medium-low heat from a medium heat. I know I said medium-low earlier, but it was a little bit high. I've just turned it down a little bit more. And you're fine to keep moving this around because you really don't want to let that garlic catch. Then when you start smelling that garlic and you can see the ginger is starting to slightly brown or caramelise, that's when we're going to go in with our...
Water.
Yeah. Our ginger?
Yep.
Well, ginger puree we made.
The blended one.
Yeah. If you don't like too much ginger, put like half as much in. But we love ginger, so we put lots in. Your orange squash, cordial, whatever you want to call it. Tomato puree.
Vinegar.
And this is just ordinary white vinegar.
Sugar.
All of that goes in. And then our oranges. The reason we put orange and orange squash in is because the orange squash is like a almost processed orange flavour, whereas these give you a nice actual orange citrus flavour, especially with aromatic oils in the skins.
Yes.
We're just going to bring that to a boil. And before we bring this to a boil, we're just going to add some food colouring. This is completely optional. You don't need to if you don't want to. But that's how takeaways get that bright red colour. And just see how red that goes just from that little bit. Literally less than a pinch.
The red colouring do give the flavour as well.
In your head, not in real life. It's literally all psychological, Ma. But yeah, you're right, it does. Now it's at a rolling boil, we're just going to stir it for 20, 30 seconds. That's just to make sure that all that tomato paste has dissolved along with the sugar. We're then going to turn this down until you've got a very slight simmer. So some cookers will be medium-low, other cookers will be low. And then we're going to let this sit for 40 minutes. You don't want it too abrasive, otherwise you'll cook out a lot of those flavours. And you don't also want it too cold, otherwise you won't get all those flavours out. So a nice little simmer like this is perfect. You might need to top it up with some water every now and then. If it drops below 3/4, adds a bit more water. This recipe is actually a recipe I grew up making in the takeaway I grew up in. And it can be found in our new cookbook, which is available to pre-order. If you want to know where to pre-order, comment below. And at the moment, it's bestseller on Amazon. And we will see you in about 40 minutes. Okay, we actually forgot to tell you to put a lid on it. That way you don't always have to keep topping up. You still will a little bit because some steam is still going to escape. But with the lid on, you don't have to worry too much about it. It's been a while since we made this. So we'll see you in 40 minutes from now. Okay, so every sort of 20 minutes, 15 minutes, you want to come in and check on it.
Yes. Looking good.
Doesn't need any extra water at the moment, does it, Ma?
No. Looking really, really good.
Yeah, so another 15 minutes, we'll reckon that'll be done.
Yes.
So it's been about 35, 40 minutes, and this is perfect for us. We can smell it already. It smells different.
The aroma is...
It's hand gesture.
Yeah, it's really...
Like Madonna back in the day. Vogue.
Anybody know that?
Anyway,
Yes.
we're getting carried away. I'm going to take the lid off this. We haven't had to top this up at all. I'm just going to see what's left now. We're not going to need any top up. I am going to add a bit more of the food colouring to make it a little bit extra red just for the thumbnail. In fact, our sweet and sour sauce, when we used to make it, we don't actually have it anymore because we do street food and we don't do sweet and sour sauce. We'd actually not colour it whatsoever. And we'd just let the tomato do the red colouring.
Look at that.
And that's that. The reason why we put the oil in as well is actually to help get the aromatics out of the aromatics, I guess. And also, when you come to make it into sauce later on, it gives it a glossiness over the top.
Yes.
So now, we're just going to strain this, aren't we, Ma?
Yep.
Hopefully that doesn't melt. Okay, so do you want to pour that in there, Ma?
You need a colander.
Well, no, okay, no. It's not. No. I'll do it. Okay.
Hold that then.
Yeah, you hold that.
In?
In there.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm 1000% sure this is going to pour out and go everywhere. Never mind. Oh, it didn't. Surprised.
I think lifting that colander up help a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can put it back down.
I just want to help this through. What's wrong?
No.
You look like you wanted to do something.
I was watching.
Okay. Now, normally, we wouldn't be straining it right now. We're only doing that for the camera.
Yes.
But if we were making this for a restaurant or at home, we'd leave all of those ingredients in, cool it down within 90 minutes so you can put it in the fridge, and then we'd leave it in the fridge for at least 48 hours. And the flavour after is miles different. You'll get loads of people in the comments who said this is what they've done. The flavour is so much more rounded, robust, and sort of deeper.
Yes.
Than it is if you use it straight away like we're doing now. But we wanted to show you, you can do it this way, but if you want to do it the good way, cool it down, 90 minutes, fridge, 48 hours.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it, go for it, go. Anyway, and brownie points for anyone who can get that reference because it's quite obscure.
Yeah.
That's done. And we're going to show you how we'd make this into sauce. Yeah?
Yes.
Just scrape that bottom because you'll get lots of good juice off that.
Go, 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 Power Ranger!
That's not where it's from, actually. It's from a TV show called
Is it?
Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Do you know, his name's Frank Reynolds in it. Danny DeVito.
All right. Which one was it?
Danny DeVito from Twins.
Yes.
Yeah,
Did they have got...
he's in the TV show called Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he's a creepy old man, and there's a bit where he goes to a nightclub and he just goes, he's trying to sing the song over the top, but it's a dance song, but he's just going, go for it, go, and it's weird.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay. Back to cooking now.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Mum. So we're just going to use the same wok. You wouldn't be doing this normally at home. And you just take out as much as you want. By the way, this whole recipe made around 500 to 600 millilitres. So we're going to be thickening the whole thing up, okay?
Yes.
Just because we've got so much to film. So we're going to put this all into the wok. This is where we seasoned. Unseasoned, cooled, without the salt and the MSG in. It will last in the fridge for a good 2 weeks, easy. But now we're going to add our salt. And
MSG.
there we go, thank you, Mum. I'm going to turn this on, bring it to a boil. We'd only ever season the sweet and sour sauce when we want to use it.
Yes.
And that's because you never know how much seasoning you're going to need depending on what dish. So if you're going to use Kung Po, you don't want too much salt and MSG in that because there's going to be a lot of that in like the paste sauce you use. Or if you're making Hong Kong style sweet and sour, you're going to have salt and MSG in the mix in your wok of the vegetables and things like that already, so you don't want too much in your sauce already. So we season the sauce as and when we want it.
Yes, that's right.
That's the bad thing about the food colouring. It gets everywhere, literally. Yeah?
You can see that bubbling. It's so unique, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah, unique to bubbles. Now we're just going to thicken this with potato starch slurry. Small amounts at a time and stir as you pour. Don't pour then stir because then you'll get
Become
lumps.
Clummy, yeah.
We like this quite thick, so we're going to make this thick.
It's how you like it, okay?
Yeah. Like I said, there's loads of different ways to make this.
Yes.
Some places put celery, you know, bay leaves, leeks in their broth. I've seen blueberries. I've seen strawberries go into it before. There's no real hard, fast way of a sweet sour, but this is just the one. This is the recipe I grew up making.
Yes, that's right.
And that's the thickness.
This is our sweet and sour.
There, sweet and sour sauce. Sorry if my arm's shaking. I've just started going back to the gym again because, you know, they call me Chin, the igneous rock Johnson. Anyway, we've obviously had some of this already, and it is by far, in our opinion, the better
Version.
The better version, yeah. So I've just got some chicken nuggets on here. And not say better, it's different, but it's what we prefer.
We prefer this.
Yeah. And if you can leave it for the 48 hours, please do, because it makes it so much better. Also, the full written recipe for this is on our Recipe Vault. And Recipe Vault members get the name and the credits, and you get the videos before everyone else as well. So if you want to join, please feel free to, and that helps support our free content as well. But what would help support more is pre-ordering our cookbook. And that's not just because we want to sell them, obviously we do, but we've got this goal that we want to beat their pre-order record they've ever made, which we actually don't know the number, but they said, well, if we get there, they'll let us know. We don't get anything other than mad props for it.
Yeah.
But it would be awesome if we could reach that, just to say we hold the record in the publishing company for that.
Yes, with all your help. Please help.
Yeah, please help. But if you can or you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. I should say though, if you pre-order on Amazon, it is price locked. So if, let's say, lots of you paid 26 quid when it first came out, it dropped to £20.99. You will end up paying the £20.99, and if it drops again, you will end up paying the cheapest price that it's sold for and not the original that you paid, because they don't actually take the money until the day of release.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which
Thank you.
Which in the UK is 24th of September this year. A little bit later for everywhere else in the world. Yeah?
Yes. Thank you. I like that chips.
They're good chips, aren't they? So thank you very much for watching, guys. Sweet and sour sauce in my face. What are you going to say, Mum?
Happy cooking, happy eating. I've got that thing. I don't know whether it was in there or not, but yes.
Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
Until next week, bye.